So, hello peeps. I thought I should have done a rehearsal for this, but I'll try to sort of work it out as I go around it. Now, you know for me that almost everything I put out or say about is generally about animals. Of course, I've got lots of views on many things, and lots of other things as well. There's lots of serious things that happen in the world. I will come on to topics like them eventually. But first of all, I want to get a basic one out of the way, and it is absolutely basic. Even though I know quite a majority of you do not find it just basic, you find it a complicated thing, something very complicated. You find it very complicated to not eat an animal. Why would you find it complicated? Well, for most of you, you find it complicated because you want to provide an excuse to actually want to eat the animals. An excuse that you do not even have a right to have, really. We don't like to see harm done to another life. We even close our eyes even if we were to swat a fly. We don't actually look closely at what happens when we swat that fly. We don't want to know. We just know that we've swatted it and it's dead. If you saw what happened when you swatted that fly, if you saw the detail of what was happening to the fly, you would think again. But you don't. You've hit it, you've not seen it, and sometimes even if you see it after it's dead and whatever, you do the best to sort of dismiss it and clear it out of your way. But when it comes to larger animals and the difference that we have between them, the difference that we see between them, when we see a cat and a dog as something that's nice and that we like or even love, supposedly love anyway, and then we go and have a cow, a pig, a chicken killed for us, a fish killed for us. Why would you want to do that? Because we don't need them. We do not need to consume them. There is no scientific need of any type that says we need to actually eat animals. Taste isn't even an equation. If you put the taste of maybe 5 or 6 different types of animals that you actually consume, because for a lot of the types of meats that come from those animals, they are flavoured with plants and herbs and spices and things like that, just to make the taste more palatable than just the raw animal itself. We do not need to eat these animals ever. Never do we need to eat them. So why do we? I would like you all to try to empathise with what happens to these animals, with what we do to them, and also why we do it. You need to get it, you need to find out, to absolutely understand why you would want to harm an animal. Now, I know that most of you are going to say, well, you do not harm an animal. But as soon as you buy an animal product, you do harm an animal. Every time that you buy an animal product, you do actually cause abuse to an animal, you cause an abuse, however you put it, there is nothing in a way of looking after an animal that is humane. It is not humane. Humane is a label. Humane is compassionate, is caring. In what way is compassionate and compassionate and caring related to the killing of an animal at a very exceptionally young age? What is compassionate and caring? Honestly, you cannot even begin to say that anything in the way of doing that is compassionate or caring. It's not. Those young animals, even though they are bred to the point that if they were left much longer than the age that they actually killed by, to be in debilitating illnesses and whatever, simply because of how fast they are grown. It's just nonsensical, absolutely nonsensical. There is no reason at all to be doing this. We need nothing from their bodies that causes us, that helps our bodies at all. We know for a fact that consuming their bodies actually does harm us. It not only harms us, it gives us illnesses, lifelong illnesses for some people, and definitely kills us. 80% of all illness that you get, everybody gets, is related to the animal that is put through your mouth. Almost every single thing, every single illness of all the top killers that kill us are related to animals going through our mouths. This doesn't even come into consideration for people, and it should. It is only right. Just stop consuming them. Stop it. Empathise and stop it. We do not need to. We do not need to farm all the land that we farm to actually bring these animals up. Almost 80% of all farmland is of no use to us. We do not need it to grow the food we need to eat. With just 20% of the land left in farming, we can grow all the food that all humans on Earth need. We are destroying our planet just to grow food to feed animals that we do not need. We've got 7.5 billion, nearly 8 billion humans on this planet, and around 800 million are on close to starving. When we're farming land that does not need to even be farmed to even cover that feeding of those 800 million. It's an incredible situation. 7.8 billion people we are trying to feed, and still not actually being successful of it. 72 to 76 billion animals on this earth every year that are farmed are all fed fully to overly full, and we can't feed 7.8 billion humans. That is an impossible wrong. An impossible wrong. If we can feed 72 to 74 billion land animals that we do not even need to do so in the first place, we can feed every one of 7.8 billion people. And if we were using the land that we're using, then you would be feeding almost twice as many as that many people if you were only feeding the crops. We've got a whole system that is worthless. It's not good for our planet. It's not good for our health. We have got mass media, many governments lying to us. We must make some changes, and every individual one of us has to make the changes if we're going to help this planet and ourselves. We are using the resources of this planet at such a speed, such a waste, that we are endangering ourselves in the process. How is it that you do not even care for the humans on this planet? Because if this is what you don't care for, if you are consuming animals, it's not that you don't just care for animals, it's that you don't care for humans as well. You do not care for our planet. And if you do not care for animals, if you do not care for humans, and you do not care for our planet, then really you should not be in existence on this planet. I'll leave all that for you to sink in for you. I shouldn't. I can be mean to you, and I mean this, being mean like this. I like being mean to you like this because of. There is no logical reason for you to carry on doing what you're doing to our planet, what you're doing to our health. Even to me, that is doing what I can to help. I am forced to pay towards the damage that you are doing to our planet. I am forced by government through taxation to provide subsidy for your food that we do not need. Anyway, have a good day. Let this sink in for you.